Hey, I want to talk a little bit about something I started experimenting with the organic early harvest olive oil that I use, that I consume every day on my food. But I actually tried it as a remedy for dry skin, and I want to talk a little bit about that. Let me sit you down over here. So I've never had a beard before, certainly not like this, because I've got this weird issue where my skin would dry up tremendously, really flake, I would get a rash in essence whenever I tried to grow some hair beyond the stubble. Anything beyond this kind of stubblish stuff here, I would get this rash. In fact, I went to the doctor years ago and they prescribed this cream that had some stuff in it that would help me, and I put that on and it makes the rash go away, but never felt comfortable using that, certainly not on a daily basis, just because of the chemicals and stuff that it has in it, or whatever it has in it. It's just not natural. And so I never had a beard. But I tried something recently with the organic early harvest olive oil, and I just really remember in Spain, the doctors recommend taking a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil to get rid of dry skin. My sister was diagnosed with that and she's been doing that for years. So I thought, why not try to put some of this olive oil on my beard and see what effect that has? And so that's exactly what I've done for the last 4 or 5 weeks. And it's just really neat how, one, it fragrances my beard like organic extra virgin olive oil. I kind of like that. But second, it has avoided that rash that I get. And like I said, I've never had this kind of beard, whether you like it or not, this Brillo pad looking like thing that I have on my face. I kind of just find it different, and more importantly, I can have it because I don't have that rash. So I'm going to show you what I do here. I really just put some on my, I've got this dispenser. This bottle is not one that comes with the olive oil, but I used it. I got rid of some other oil that Heather had around here. I hope she doesn't get mad when she sees this video, but I took the bottle, got rid of whatever was in there, and I used that just to dispense this olive oil. I just put it on my fingers and I kind of just rub it in, right? Rub in some olive oil. It smells delicious. That's one thing I love. And, I don't put a lot, just a few drops on each finger. I mean, I don't want to be like dripping olive oil, you know, as I use this. And I certainly don't want to get my clothes with olive oil. So I don't put enough where it would at all drip, anything like that. Just kind of rubbing it in, and I put, I don't know. I don't have a predetermined amount. I just kind of keep on going until it feels like it's worked in there. And I definitely want to do the mustache area because that's predominantly where I would get the rash, all in there. I feel like it's never enough, And I consume a lot of this olive oil, and that did not get rid of the rash problem. As you may have maybe heard me say before, that I consume around 250 milliliters of this extra virgin olive oil every 10 days. So one of the bottles that we sell, every 10 days I use that on my food, and that was not enough to get rid of any dry rashes. That's for darn sure. So again, I just do that, kind of put some of the stuff all over my little Brillo pad beard there. And of course, now I'm going to brush it a little bit. I don't think the brushing helps necessarily with the oil, but I just got to comb it to kind of tame it a little bit. That's all. And I haven't figured out, this is so new to me that I haven't even figured out how to really shape it or cut the beard well. I gotta figure that out because it is kind of looking a little crazy to me. But I'm a little crazy too, so maybe it's very fitting. Anyway, I've done that for about 4 or 5 weeks, and as you can see, for the first time in my life, at least, I can tell you that I've never had a beard like this before, never been able to kind of have a beard like this because of this dry rash that I had. And I haven't had the dry rash ever since I started using the olive oil and growing this beard. I think I remember trying 2 months ago or so to grow the beard before I started applying the olive oil, and I would still get that rash. So now that rash is something that hasn't gone away from me, but it has not come out or materialized ever since I've been rubbing the olive oil on it. So it's kind of cool. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I should try it up here as well. Maybe it'll grow my hair a little bit and, won't recede as much. I don't know that that'll happen, but Anyway, I think any extra virgin olive oil will probably work with this methodology, but of course I prefer ours, which is organic early harvest, and early harvest means it has a spiked level of polyphenol antioxidants. So anything I'm putting on my face directly, I definitely want to make sure that it's organic and early harvest. Why not? And a lot of things can be, I think you could use this like certainly for your eyebrows, as I'm doing right now. I don't know if it'll help with wrinkles or anything. I mean, I don't look like I'm 60, do I? Good, because I'm not 60. Okay, I just turned 50 years old, and so I'm starting to get some wrinkles. So maybe I could put a little bit of olive oil here, but we'll see. I'm going to start to experiment that with that as well. See if I lose any wrinkles over the next few months. Anyway, hopefully that's helpful, and certainly let me know of any comments, not based on how this looks, but based on what you think this olive oil could do for you, perhaps. All right, cheers.